Hello students, today we are going to study the proteins. Introduction of proteins. Last lecture we studied about the amino acids and basics of amino acids. Proteins are the higher molecular organic compounds that consisting of long polypeptide chain of amino acid monomers. These are get classified as per their distribution with the various types of their structures and attachment inside that proteins. These are get classified into three types: simple, conjugated and derived. Simple again get divided into two types: globular proteins and scleroproteins. Globular proteins are albumins, globulins, prolamines, glutenins, histones, protamines, globins. This albumin it is present in the milk and egg, and globulins is also present in the milk and egg. Prolamine it is a protein which is present inside the grain and maize. These globins which is present in the thymus histone and the histones of the codfish sperm, these are the examples. Prolamines, protamines, sperm proteins it is also present. These are the strongly basic and resemble to the histone but the smaller in the size, and it is soluble in ammonium hydroxide. Second one, the scleroproteins, which are get divided into three: collagens, elastigins and keratins. These collagens are present inside the connective tissue proteins but do not have the tryptophan. On boiling with water or dilute acid, yield the gelatin which is soluble and digestible. Elastins are having the properties of protein of elastic tissues such as tendons and arteries, and these keratins which is having a properties and it is present in the exoskeleton structures like hair, nails and horns. Second classification of the protein, it is conjugated proteins, which is having a one prosthetic group. These properties of these conjugated proteins, it is having a prosthetic group. In nucleoprotein prosthetic group, it is a nucleic acid. Example is nucleohistones and nucleoprotamines. Glycoproteins, examples is the prosthetic group is carbohydrate. If the concentration of carbohydrate is more than 4% of protein, then the protein is known as mucoprotein. Chromoprotein, which is having a prosthetic group as a colored substance. Chromo, it is means it consisting of the colored substance. Glycoprotein, just now I told you that it is having a prosthetic group carbohydrate. If the concentration of carbohydrate is more than 4% of protein, then protein is known as mucoprotein. Then phosphoproteins which is having a prosthetic group phosphoric acid. It is having phospho, means the prefix is it is given to this conjugated proteins, it is a its that prefix is its prosthetic group. Then lipoprotein, it is consisting of lipids. Third classification of the proteins are derived proteins. These derived proteins are again get divided into two. It is the primary and secondary. Conjugated proteins, metaproteins. Conjugated proteins, which are again proteins and metaproteins. It is a part of protein. All of you very well known about metaprotein and coagulated protein. Coagulation we have seen in the milk, it is get coagulated. When we added a lemon, then it get coagulated to form a paneer. Second type of the derived protein, it is a secondary. It is having a proteose, peptones, polypeptides and simple peptides. These derived proteins which are having a progressive hydrolytic products of the proteins undergoing hydrolysis, it is a proteins are degraded due to the breakdown of peptide bonds, product of the proteins, or progressive hydrolytic product of the proteins undergoing hydrolysis. These are the proteose, peptones, polypeptides and peptides. Next is a structure of the protein. Structure of the protein, it is having four levels of the organization of the structure of the protein. The structure of the molecule can be explained as a primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure and quaternary structure. We will study in brief in next lecture.